What's up, everyone? This is Tom Taylor on the scene in Singapore for One Championship 163 and One on Prime Video 4. Beside me here is Danielle Kelly, one of the best grapplers in the world. Danielle, how's it feel to be back in Singapore?
Feels pretty good. It's been like 8 months since I was back, and yeah, I'm just really excited to be back out there.
Mm-hmm. You and I can commiserate a little bit about the long flight getting here. It's never easy. Was it easier the second time, though?
I'm dealing with neck pains right now from it, so no. But I mean, I don't know. It's a plane, so it's kind of makes me uncomfortable sometimes.
Did you guys have those plane pillows?
Yes.
Yeah, those are very helpful. Well, you have a big fight coming up against a very tough Russian. Based on what I've seen, it sounds like she's a Sambo champion. I mean, what do you know about this woman, and what are your thoughts on her?
I think she's really good at what she does. You know, I'm taking her very seriously just because I do jiu-jitsu and she does Sambo. I think just because she does Sambo, doesn't really change anything. She's going to try to come after me. But yeah, I think it's going to be an exciting match for the fans, and I'm looking to get a submission.
Mm-hmm. You mentioned you're taking her very seriously, but were you aware of her before this fight was offered to you?
No, I never really heard of her.
Well, that must make it kind of an interesting challenge too, right? Fighting someone you know nothing about.
Yeah, it actually makes it exciting too, just because she's probably gonna be the first Sambo girl I went against in jiu-jitsu. So, and I've done Sambo before, and it was only Sambo rules. Mm-hmm. So it's gonna be really interesting.
I didn't know you'd done Sambo before. That's very cool. When did you do that?
I did Sambo. I competed in Sambo about 2014, a little bit in high school, and then I just stuck with jiu-jitsu. Super
cool. So just in terms of preparing for a Sambo fighter, I mean, does that differ at all from preparing for a straight-up BJJ girl?
I think what makes her different, I think, is that she'll be more engaging and more aggressive in trying to attack me. So, I just in training, I let people start in positions on me, whether they have a locked arm bar or they do flying submissions on me, just to not be surprised if she tries to do it. But yeah, I mean, I feel prepared, and I feel like my defense and my offense is going to be way ahead of hers.
Mm-hmm. And just in terms of the BJJ versus Sambo matchups, we just saw Cade fight a Sambo guy, I think it was last month. Do you feel like there's anything you could learn from watching his fight with Wally that he had about just how to fight these Sambo competitors?
Yeah, so what I learned in that match is Sambo people are very tough. They won't tap to anything. You really have to get a lock submission on them to really make them tap. But, they showed really good takedowns. He even took Cade down with a foot sweep at first. But Cade was very aware of it and eventually took his back and got the heel hook.
Mm-hmm. Of course, Cade won a title for that. About a month before, we saw Mikey Musumeci win a title. Are you feeling a little bit of title envy now?
Yes. I would really like to win the women's grappling title for One Championship.
Mm-hmm. Have you spoken to one at all about the timing when they might introduce that title?
No.
Okay. I've noticed they're signing a lot of women in your weight class. It seems like they're kind of scoping out the talent in your division. Do you feel like maybe they're building up towards a Grand Prix tournament or something like that to crown a champion?
That wouldn't surprise me, but I mean the guys just did Cade just went against a Sambo guy for the title, so I mean, yeah, I don't know if maybe they'll do that for grappling, but
that'd be very cool. Where would winning a title in One Championship rank among the big accomplishments of your already very impressive career?
Definitely number one. I think it's up there along with ADCC, but there's only 2 women's divisions, so being under One Championship and having the belt for 115 would mean a lot. Yeah.
Cool. Now, I don't want to stir the pot here, but Angela is in Singapore. You guys have exchanged some words before. I mean, what's the situation here now? Is that kind of water under the bridge at this point, or still a little hostility there maybe?
There was never hostility, but I mean, I just responded to her comment towards me, and I would still love that match against anyone really, but she commented about submitting me, so just walk the walk then if you're so confident. That's pretty much it.
Fair enough. I also wanted to ask you about young Leah Bivens, who made her pro debut recently. Didn't go her way, of course, but right before that, she called you out, which I thought was sort of surprising, and you two had a little bit of a back and forth on Instagram. What did you think of her debut, and is that something you're still even remotely interested in now that she lost?
When you said her name, I didn't know who she was. I remember when you said back and forth, and I was like, oh yeah, I remember her, because her and her coach were making fun of me or something. I mean, she should just focus on herself and her fight, and yeah, I mean, didn't really pay attention to her. But if she wants to compete jiu-jitsu with me, I'm all for it. I'm all for easy matches.
Yeah, it sounds like you're willing to take on all comers. I mean, you've proven at this point. You've got a tough fight this weekend. Of course, May in your debut is a very tough opponent. Didn't get the submission in that one. Are you going to be looking for the submission? I mean, obviously you're always looking for the submission, but do you feel kind of extra pressure to get the submission this time around?
Not pressured, but I feel more ready. And I think, just being uncomfortable situations, training for this camp, I think a submission comes my way for sure. I'm going to get it.
And if that's the way it goes, of course, you'll be 2-0 in one championship. What's next for you after that, do you think?
Definitely want to get back out there and compete. I know just from earlier, some of the jiu-jitsu girls are being signed, and if there's some for 115, I would love to go against them, or MMA fighters like Angela Lee, or the other MMA fighter. So whoever, they give me, I want to be back out there.
Right. You've got a bit of history with Jessica Kahn, right? Is that one you're interested in?
I'm very interested. I would like to see her compete first, because I think she was supposed to have a match. I don't know I think I know the other girl, but I don't know what happened. This didn't go through, but I would love to see that match and eventually either go against one of them.
Cool. Well, let's wrap it up with this. Any message for your fans, not just the new fans here in Singapore, but the fans all over the world that are going to be tuning in to watch you this weekend?
Thank you guys for all your support. I will be competing this Friday at the U.S. time around 8 to 8:30. Make sure you don't miss it.
Awesome. Danielle Kelly, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the time, Danielle. It's great to talk to you again.
Thank you.
Yeah.